if I make Paris, so hopefully I'll be seeing them there.
Hi everyone, this is Tyler from DP Sports, and we have a very special interview today. We're here with rising senior and American record holder in the 200-meter breaststroke, Matt Fallon. And first of all, congratulations on being an Olympian for Team USA. Matt is the first Penn swimmer in history to make Team USA in swimming, and it has been an absolute pleasure to follow your career through Ivy League championships, through the NCAA championships, as well as Olympic trials. Matt, how are you feeling today and taking in the Olympic experience?
I'm feeling pretty good, just taking in the last few days in Paris before I go back home.
Nice. And going into the prelims for the 200 breaststroke, what was sort of your mindset going in? You had some pretty fierce competitors you were going up against with Chin Hai-young, Léon Marchand from France. What was sort of your mindset heading into that race?
The mindset going into prelims was really just to kind of race the people next to me and try to get a good spot for the semis.
Nice. And after the prelims race, you ended up being 10th, but going into the semifinal, did your mentality change? Did it stay the same? What were you trying to do to sort of get back to the final?
I started feeling a little under the weather towards the semifinal, so I was really just trying to try my best and just try to keep up with the people next to me and try to get a spot in that final.
I see. And during the race, what were you thinking of? Did you see your competitors? Did you see Marchand? Did you see Chin? I know Chin was swimming right next to you, but did you try to swim your own race, or were you kind of trying to gauge your competitors?
I was definitely trying to gauge my competitors a little more than normal because it was just about place rather than time. So I was really trying to kind of build up for lost time I had on the last 25 because I was kind of behind at that point.
And going out in the semifinal, when you're walking out, that feeling taking in the crowd in the Paris La Défense Arena, seeing all the USA fans, all the fans from around the world, can you describe what that feeling meant to you and just seeing that entire crowd and just that energy?
It was definitely pretty overwhelming. I mean, there's nothing like it. It was definitely a lot different than Olympic trials. But it was definitely something that I'll cherish for the rest of my life, and it was pretty amazing. It's always nice to just have a night swim at the Olympics. So
nice. And how was that feeling any different than what you felt last year at World Champs, or was it sort of that same hyped up feeling?
It was definitely meant more to me than being at World Champs. Getting to represent your own country on the Olympic stage is kind of a lot of people's dream, and I'm just happy I was able to be there and kind of put my best foot forward for Team USA.
Being the first Penn swimmer to make Team USA, how has the Penn community really shaped your experience in swimming?
Definitely just everyone in Penn athletics, especially the people I swim with. Penn Swim and Dive has always been kind of a team I've wanted to be a part of, and they've definitely helped support me. My teammates, my coaches, they've all helped kind of support me and help me get to this point. So it just means the most with all the love coming from them.
For sure. And speaking of teammates and coaches, your coach, Mike Schnur, can you kind of describe your special relationship with him and that bond that you have with him and how he has sort of helped you get you where you are today in your Penn career?
Yeah, him and I have been kind of locked in this entire year, just trying to improve like every way I can this entire year leading up to Olympic trials. And it was just nice. I feel like that really strengthened my bond with them. We really kind of went through a lot together.
Nice. And was making the Olympics always a dream of yours ever since you were young?
It's definitely something I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to call myself an Olympian, and I'm proud that I get to do that now. But it didn't really kind of become a reality until like a year or two ago when I really started kind of moving up on the world stage, making a world champs team, and kind of deciding to myself, I can do this.
So earlier this June, you participated in the Olympic trials for Team USA, and you happened to break the American record with a time of 2:06:54, being the fastest American ever to swim the 200 breaststroke. Could you kind of describe that moment and what it meant to you, your family, your friends, teammates, and coaches?
Yeah, that race kind of meant everything to me. I mean, I was kind of going in there with the expectation that I could really just try and improve as much as I could from last year. I've always wanted to be a 206 200 breaststroker. It's kind of an exclusive club internationally. So I'm just very happy to kind of nail the lead up going into that and then go to Olympic trials and just execute.
And after finishing 8th at the 2021 Olympic trials, and we saw your amazing celebration, one of the best celebrations we saw at Olympic trials, the 2 fist bumps and the hand water slap down. What did that celebration entail? Like, what did that symbolize to you? What was the emotions that you felt in that moment?
It's really just a culmination of all the emotions I kind of felt in that moment. I was just so happy to kind of see my dream become a reality. And that was kind of the best way I could express it at the moment.
It's amazing. It was definitely one of the best memorable celebrations at Olympic trials this year. Now transitioning to the Paris Olympics, looking at the different circumstances and different pools, how was the pool at the Olympics different than sort of the vibe or the environment for Olympic trials?
The pool was definitely a lot different from U.S. Olympic trials to Paris. Paris is, I believe, 7 feet deep, and frankly, I mean, I don't want to be the person who's like, oh, the pool's slow. In my opinion, it felt a little slower, but that could just be how I felt. It was definitely a bit shallow. I mean, I was feeling like I was going to hit the bottom every time I dove in. So that was a little odd. But other than that, it's definitely a lot different than Olympic trials, though.
Definitely. Yeah, there were a lot of concerns about swimmers, definitely with the pool depth, not just from you, but from many swimmers that were competing at the Olympics this year. So yeah, now transitioning to the Olympic Village experience, that's definitely a hallmark of the Olympic experience for many athletes. And being a first-time Olympian, could you kind of describe anything that was surprising to you about the Olympic Village experience, or anything that you noticed?
Yeah, the Olympic Village experience is nice. It's been a bit of a long commute to the pool, with the buses taking anywhere from 35 to 55 minutes, sometimes even longer in some rare circumstances. But it's been cool just kind of living in the village, being with all the other swimmers, being with other Team USA athletes. And it's been nice with the USA having AC. That's definitely helped. But definitely the Olympic Village was definitely a new experience for me. It's a lot different than a hotel. So
Definitely. And how was the food there?
I'd say the food was pretty average. It's been getting a lot better as the games have gone on. I feel like they've kind of pivoted a little bit. They've had some problems with the food in the beginning, running out a little bit, but they've definitely kind of ramped it up since we've been here. They're kind of correcting on that, which is nice. And I have had the chocolate muffins, and I will say they are very good.
Nice. I'd be remiss if I didn't ask about the cardboard beds that you guys had to painfully sleep through. Could you kind of describe your sleep experience?
Yeah.
It was.
Team USA provides a mattress topper, so it hasn't been terrible. The beds are definitely small. And I had to bring my own pillow because the pillow that the village provides is the best, but or at least not in my opinion. But it's definitely been a new experience, kind of sleeping in a bed. I think it's a twin, or almost. I feel like it's smaller than a twin, but I think it's a twin. And it's just been definitely a new experience sleeping in that bed.
What was the best thing about the Olympic experience or the Olympic Village experience?
Just getting to kind of go about my day with other, Team USA swimmers, going to and from the pool, kind of just taking in the whole Olympic experience. It's been something I've always wanted to do, always see what it's like, and I'm just glad I got to be able to, I'm glad I got to have the opportunity to do it this summer.
And last year I heard that at Worlds you played ping pong a few times. Was ping pong really a thing this year, or was there another activity that kind of took your free time?
I haven't really been able to find any ping pong tables at the pool this year. They had one at the pool last year. But I've just been kind of passing my time, talking to people on the team, just bonding with my teammates, really.
It's awesome. Reflecting now, getting to the Olympics and being an Olympian, reflecting back on your journey, is there anyone that comes to mind in particular that you would like to give a special shout out to right now?
With any large, endeavor in any sport, it kind of takes a village. So really just everyone that's helped me along the way, my family, my friends, my coaches, my teammates, just all those people have just really helped me kind of get to where I am today and be the person who I am today.
And if you had to write a letter to your younger self today, what would be kind of included in that letter?
Just don't let the nerves get to you in kind of any endeavor. It'll all be okay in the end. And if it's not okay, it's not the end. So kind of pushing through it, your hard work will pay off eventually.
Those are wise words. Definitely.
Thank you.
just to highlight sort of your character, being at an Ivy League university with all the rigorous academics, being both a dual degree student as well in both Wharton and engineering, how were you able to balance all of that academically as well as be an Olympic athlete?
Well, if you're going to do something like that, Penn is definitely a great place to do it. I mean, I've been able to balance my academics and my athletics pretty well. I mean, it's all about time management, but also kind of the resources I've been given and the people around me have just really helped me kind of pursue my potential in kind of all aspects of my life. So I'm just grateful for all to have the opportunity to do all this, really.
That's amazing. And now that concludes our interview here with Matt here in the City of Love. We want to thank you very much for taking the time here to sit down and speak with DP about your Paris and Olympic experience. And it has been an absolute pleasure following your swim career.
Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure being on here.
Absolutely.